Hello, hello! Welcome back to the Corporate Shift. My name is Ingrid H. Turner. I am the spiritual advisor here at Corporate Hippie Connection. Thank you for joining today, and thank you for keeping up with this series. And if you have not been keeping up with these series, darling, don't miss out for one more minute. Go back through our timeline. We have so many delicious snippets of merging spirit and business, energy and business. It's a really powerful way to create a container that keeps you fully aligned and continuing to expand and grow into the next best version of you and your company. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments. That being said, today, let's talk about something that is really important, really hard to do, especially in the business world. In the business world, when you're out there, it's a very linear life. It's logical, it's thinking things through, and you need to think things through. You need to be logical. You're out there in the world, you're in this 3D existence. But what I want to talk to you about is how to balance living in that linear world, having a plan, but staying open enough for the universe to gift you with expansion beyond what your mind is capable of perceiving. So the mind, your mind, which is incredible, and we need it, don't get me wrong, I'm not demonizing the mind here, but the mind can only comprehend of what it has already experienced. It is the intuition that leads us in the direction of something brand new. This is why I always say to my students, if you have to choose between your head and your heart, you have to choose your heart, even if it doesn't make logical sense. So for you, when we relate that to our business endeavors, I want you to have a plan. You can even have a business plan, but I want you to keep it open enough to allow yourself to be gifted with what you could not conceive of. So like you cannot account for every potential pitfall. You can't account for every gift or opportunity. But if you stay too rigid in your planning, too in your linear head, then you're not going to be able to recognize a point of potential expansion and opportunity for you when it shows up. Okay, so how do we do that? The way that I recommend you do that is you focus more on how you want to feel versus what you want to do. So you know what you want to do. Okay, you have a container, but how do you want that to feel for you? How do you want that to feel for your employees? And of course, how do you want that to feel for your customers or your clients? Knowing how you want to feel keeps you focused and on point with a plan. It gives you a direction, but it also keeps you open enough to recognize when you're when you're maybe trying to incorporate something that isn't aligned with that feeling, or when something shows up for you that you didn't expect, a gift from the universe that is aligned with that feeling and gives you the potential to expand your offerings in a way that you didn't know you would be able to, because you had never experienced that. The mind had not experienced that. What you're planning, how you want your life to look, is based on all the different pieces of your past experience that you've mentally cobbled together in the best way that you know how. But that's conjecture, okay, based on what you've already experienced. If you leave your heart open, you follow your heart by knowing how you want to feel, then you're able to recognize immediately something that you may not mentally have been able to conceive of because you hadn't experienced it before, but you'll be able to implement it very quickly and expand what you have to offer. So spend some time in contemplation, in meditation, feeling into, how do I want this to feel? How do I want my art to feel? How do I want my business to feel? How do I want my employees to feel? How do I want my customers to feel when they interact with me, my employees, my product, or my service? And write that down and let yourself feel it first. Drop into that heart space of, yes, this is how I would want to feel, and this is how I want them to feel. And then you do your best to cultivate a container that fosters that feeling. So you have a plan, but now you are open enough so that you can identify very quickly when something is not aligned with that feeling. Maybe there's a process in place or a product or service you're offering that doesn't resonate with how you want to feel, how you want your people to feel. and you can let it go, and you don't have to spend too much time agonizing over it, thinking, is that the right thing to do? And on the other side of that, you can recognize when something comes in that's like, ooh, that really adds to this feeling, that expands on this feeling, makes it better than I thought was able to comprehend. And again, you don't have to mentally agonize over whether that's the right thing to incorporate or not. The choice becomes very easy, because is it a yes feeling or is it a no feeling? Boom. So have a plan. Certainly, you're gonna have to use your head in business, in taking your offerings and your gifts out into the world. But as a spiritual being, as an energetic being, opening up to the gifts of the universe, know most importantly how you wanna feel, and stay open to whatever shows up that you know you may not be aware of that can add to that feeling. Tell me what you think. How does this resonate with you? Is this something you already implement? Is this something that you're going to implement? We're learning from each other here, so I want to hear from you. All my love to you. I'll see you next week.